there, comic book fans. It's Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and here I am in the car, headed down to Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland, but not for another new comic book day. No, today is a Saturday morning in the Baltimore area. It's a little bit cool, but very sunny, and I'm going down for a super signature signing event with Stanford Greene, the creator, or at least the co-creator of that big Doom #1 book this year. He's also the artist from Bitterroot, amongst other things that he's done, but those are the two big things that I know he's done. Well, that Doom book hit really big this year. It was one of my favorite books, best reads of the year, and I got a chance to meet him at the Baltimore Comic-Con, where he did sign a few books for me, but I've got a few more books left over, so I'm going down for this public signing at Third Eye Comics, and I hope to get everything signed today, as well as maybe pick up some things from Third Eye that they might have on the table for him to sign as well. We'll see how it goes. You know me, I'll do some filming. We'll come back home. We'll do some show and tell, and we'll just have a good time. So guys, stay tuned, and I'll be right back. I'll grab one of those. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take one of those. I'll grab both of these.
You are in front of the queue too, right? Yeah.
I just have to keep track of my remarks. There you go.
Okay. Cool.
Hopefully the first quarter of next year. Oh wow, I haven't seen this thing forever.
Is anything Actor Bird or Bleed or any of them going to be part of
Stay
it?
tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay.
Yeah.
I
This
heard
is
it
next
takes-
generation. Yeah.
Right, I
This is
heard
next
this
generation.
Cotton was introduced.
Yeah.
Last period.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if-
Yeah. You'll see what we're doing this year. Appreciate you guys.
Stanford, how you doing, man?
Nice meeting you, man. All right.
It's good seeing you in Baltimore.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
That was awesome. Got a few there.
All right.
All right, so are we getting a follow-up to Doom?
Stay tuned. That's the best I can tell you. Yeah, that's the best I can tell you, man. They, once they saw it, it was like, what else you got? And I was like, I got some ideas. I pitched an idea, and they liked it. And stay tuned. So,
Well, I said it to you at the time. I said, I don't care about Absolute Batman. I don't care about Ultimate Spider-Man. Doom #1 is the best book of the year. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Coming from this, I told Nick Dugada, he's a friend of mine. I told him, I said, hey, man, this thing right here is pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's a dude. He said, isn't it crazy that me and you were talking just a year ago that it'd be cool to kind of break out.
Absolutely.
Both having a successful. I told him, I said, but your success is a little bigger than mine for right now.
Yeah, you're right there.
Right there.
Well, I said earlier, this right here to me was actually probably the best Doom cover I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, man, that's Adi.
He does some fantastic stuff, but
When he did that cover, I was like, I thought about doing the back cover like something like this, well, for the Treasury.
right.
But they wanted some trade dress thing. I was like, man, I wanted to really have fun with it, and they just weren't wanting to have fun. Sorry, I'm trying to get.
no, it's all good. I appreciate that. I know you did a signing down at Heroes Are Hard to Find right after the book came out. That must have been a big crowd for that.
Oh, the Doom?
Yeah.
The Doom? Yeah, that was a pretty big crowd. I think you guys got it beat.
These guys do a great job with
I
these.
think you guys got it beat, man. I was just like, wow, this is really cool.
And thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Looking forward to follow-up on everything.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, everybody. I just finished up at Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland, here with a signing with Stanford Greene. Got a lot of great books signed. It was great getting to talk to him about some of the upcoming projects. I mean, he wouldn't give too much away, but he's excited about some upcoming projects, so that means I'm excited too. So I hope you enjoyed some of that footage. I'm going to go home now, and I'm going to get all the books out of those window bags that I make myself, put them in some fresh bags and boards, and we will do a little show and tell. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
All right, everybody, I made it back home, and I took all of my books out of those window bags that I had prepared for the signing, put all the books into nice, clean bags and boards so we could have a nice little presentation here. So let me show you all the books that I got signed by Stanford Greene at this signing. So as you guys know, I've talked about this book all year since it came out, I guess, in June. And this, to me, has been one of the best books of the year. It hit like a nuclear bomb. Not quite as big as Absolute Batman or even Ultimate Spider-Man, but to me, this was the best book of the year right here. And it came out of nowhere, and I think it was definitely one of the best books. You guys will have to let me know by leaving me a comment in the comment section. I had already had all of my previous regular cover A's signed by Stanford Greene at the Baltimore Comic-Con, but I had picked up one more copy of this, and if you can see, he ended up signing it right there. And this was nice. It's actually in black Sharpie. It shows up better in person than it does on the camera there. The previous copies I'd gotten, he had used a kind of a paint pen that had, I think, pink on it, but that paint actually doesn't adhere to the paper. It's on top of the paper, and it can be scratched very easily, but the Sharpie will do really good staying on this. This is a really nice copy. We'll see how the grades are. This is some of these books, I'll be honest with you, I may get some of these books graded down the line. We'll see how that goes. But regular cover wasn't the only one I got. I also have got the Doom cover here. This is Adi Granoff who did this to me. And again, I've talked about this cover being what I think is one of the all-time greatest Doom covers out there. Fantastic cover. And I got several of these signed right here. So I've got multiples of these signed at this point. Definitely I'm going to save those for a signing if Adi Granoff, and if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize, has a signing at CGC, I may send these books in for that as well. So that wasn't the only cover, but this book will not go into another signing. I may send it in anyway. It is the Hildebrandt cover right here. And you can see the signature pops right there with the black Sharpie. Again, I've had extra copies of this signed as well, but these are some of the best ones. Again, previously, Stanford Greene had used some of those paint pens, and he'd used a really kind of a pinkish color on this one, and it did not pop off of there as well. So I was happy to get a couple more copies of this signed, and these look great. But I probably won't, obviously I won't be sending this in because we just had the recent passing of Greg Hildebrandt. So I'll probably, if I ever get this graded, it will just be the way it is right now. So I ended up getting 2 copies of that one signed. And then the only other one I had for Doom was the second printing. And I had picked a few of these up at Third Eye Comics about a week prior to going to the signing. And basically, well, I should say when they announced that he was going to be there, I went and I picked up as many copies as I could off their stands. I had still a few left. So I picked up a handful of copies right there. Had 4 of them all together. And on this one, it's a little harder to see because it's such a busy cover. And it is from the interior spread as well. That's where that cover comes from. But you can see his signature right down here in the Doom trade dress. And I thought that was pretty cool. These are pretty cool. And if anybody's interested in a signed book, definitely reach out to me at collectorauctions@yahoo.com. I'll definitely have some extra copies if anybody wants some. But that wasn't the only things that I got signed. Just a week prior to the signing, Black Lightning #1 came out from DC Comics, the new run on that title, and there was an alternate cover that Stanford Greene had done. So I picked up a few copies of this and signed it in blue. And again, in that paint pen I was talking about earlier, that same style. Let's see if you can see it there. Yeah. There's his autograph right there. That actually looks really good on that blue from the Black Lightning costume. That looks really cool. And again, I've got extra copies of that if anybody is interested. I've got 3 of those. And that was everything that I brought to the signing to get signed. But they had additional things on the table. And normally I don't pick up a lot of stuff while I'm there, but sometimes the artist has some things that they're pushing, and sometimes the store has other books that they're trying to push as well. And they had these on the table. And these are already pre-signed, but it is the newest Absolute Batman #2 with a Stanford Greene cover. And he had already pre-signed these, so these were a little bit more expensive than cover price. But this is pretty cool. I mean, that is really an odd-looking Batman right there. I mean, he's been eating his handyman meals there. I mean, he is pretty beefy on that. But I thought that was pretty cool. And I did pick up this here. It's another copy of Doom #1. But why would I pick this up already signed? Well, I didn't. It's remarked right there. Oh, you can see it really well right there. To the point where I didn't even realize he had already signed it. I thought he had just remarked it and he was going to sign these at the table. But when I picked it up, and you can hear it in the video a little bit when I'm talking to Nicole from Third Eye Comics, and I picked these up, he'd actually already signed it right there. I just couldn't pick it up in that busy cover right there. But so those were the last 2 things that I picked up from the Stanford Greene signing. I hope you enjoyed some of that footage, because we talked about what's upcoming and if he was going to follow up to this Doom book. And it sounds like, yeah, Marvel really wants to do a follow-up to this. And I can't wait for that. Really excited to see what comes around and see if there's anything significant. I mean, this is one of those kind of what-if stories. But if it can lay a foundation for things that go on in the Marvel Universe, I'm always cool about those kind of things and the potential of something like that. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned to find out what happens with that. But guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, definitely give me a like, hit the subscribe, and click on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the episodes that I put out each and every week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 p.m. And definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know about the books that I got signed, if you like them or not, or if you've gotten some of those signed yourself. I would love to know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great day, and remember, every comic has a story.